So yeah, I do know that what our ancestors have understood and seen in meditation and the rishis, what they have been, connecting to, and that source information is real. It's not invention. It's real information, and every culture has connected with that information on different levels. So, for example, in India, it has been more like through, either gods or goddesses or nature. Like the pre-Vedic or Vedic was the sun, the elements, planets, and connect with that energy and to give teaching. In the jungle in Peru, people connect with trees and flowers and plants and learn by drinking the extract of those plants. Learning about cosmovision, about the body, about the nervous system, about trauma, about energy. So many ancestral cultures. I'm not saying that they're absolutely true, because they're also just visions. They're not complete. It's true, but partially true. But many ancestral and ancient technologies, because they're high technology. The Veda is high tech. It's ancient, but it's high tech. Om is high tech. The rituals, havan, all that, high tech. And it just comes from a different time. With different, today we think technology is high tech, laptop, phone, it is true. But pyramids in Egypt and the temple work I was doing there, very high technology. Vedic knowledge and practices and rituals, very high tech. And so, but also modern psychology, some of it very high tech. Science, some of it very high tech. So I like bringing it together. Contemporary knowledge and ancient knowledge, not just mixing it into like a grey ball, but leaving it all as a pillar and letting those different layers of understanding come together in different ways of understanding, but that ultimately as one. And so this is what I'm interested in.
Very much interest in ancient teaching game, and I asked you why did you come back for Pindan?
Yeah.
So can you repeat that?
Yeah. So I came for Pindan because I have been working since my parents died, and also before I started to be interested in trauma. What is trauma? And there was a time I was mainly interested in personal trauma, my trauma, or your trauma, like just like from your birth to today, what happened, and what abuse did you have, what pain did you feel, what happened, why could what happened, you could not talk about it. Trauma is not what happened to you, it's what happened inside of you as a result of what happened to you. And what happened inside of you as a result of what happened to you is an interpretation. And that's the good news. Because if trauma is what happened to you, that's in the past. You cannot change it. But it is what happened inside of you as a result of what happened to you, then it's still active. You're still believing it. Then you can unpack that. Why are you believing it? What would happen if you would not believe it? What would happen if you would not protect yourself? What are you afraid of? And then you can start finding the wounding, the core wounding. And that can be in your early life, 5 years, 6 years, 2 months. That's more difficult. Like the pre-verbal, pre-cognitive infancy. Because they're more sensations, they're not thoughts. They're fear, they're pain, they're shivering, they're more sensations to work with. And then it can also be very generational, cultural, ancestral, collective wounding. And in general, it's like, it's a mix. But it's like, it's like interconnected. It's nested. It's nested one in the other. And so, working with the indigenous in Peru and seeing in ceremony the ramifications of ancestral lineages and my lineages and how my parents' parents and their parents' parents and their past lives, but also their parents' parents and mothers and mothers and mothers and fathers and all their past lives. That's karma. That's the whole ramification of global karma, coming down into personal, but it's like, so that's why I'm interested in Pindana. That's why I'm interested in Vedic technology in general. Past lives, karma, samskara, vasanas, using mantra, using to clean and clear, using Daan to help clear and help heal and nourish those lines, so that, because the more that the past is integrated, the more the present moment becomes free and open to co-create with the future without repeating the past. So as long as because then the past is no longer the past. When the past is integrated, it becomes the present moment. So then the past is no longer the past, but it is an integrated present moment, which is healed. There is no things unspoken. And if there's something unspoken, then you can go back and see what is unspoken and see how you can clear it. And then, because ultimately it's about how you live the present moment. Right? It doesn't become like a enlightened. It's about how to live the present moment fully and co-create with the future without repeating the past. And so that is what I am interested in. Different technologies, different traditions, different practices of how to clear and heal and grow with ancestor, present moment, future.
How was your overall experience at Banaras? Did the priest help you?
Oh yeah. I really felt the Daan for me like really like a weight off my shoulders. Good. I knew I was to come because I didn't know about the Daan, right? I thought I was gonna do. I knew I was called to Varanasi to do some rituals for my ancestors, but I didn't know of that particular ritual.
Who called you basically?
Varanasi. The feeling, come to Varanasi. And I was like super clear because I was in India before, but then now I hadn't been here for a couple of years. And I was like, I need to go back and I need to go to Varanasi. But super clear. Then once doing that clearance with Daan and once working on being on the burning ghats, Kali was calling me. Kali.
You are traveling to Calcutta.
Now we're going to see Kali in Calcutta. And so Kali was calling me, and so I started doing like Kali mantra, being in Kali temple in Varanasi, and so it was clear like, okay, Kolkata is next, and to meet people there who can help me explain me more, maybe explain me more Kali Puja, help me with some maybe Diksha. Because his calling is very strong. He kind of kicked the door open like, he's like, I'm here. And I'm like, okay, I worship you. Because he's like, Kali is the dark void, the dark, like a black hole. Kali is like a black hole, like a dark void, but like very nourishing. And yeah, so that's why I go now to Kolkata.